Hi everybody. We just did a review on multiplication as and different strategies that we've talked about, but we did not talk about multiplication and patterns. And I need to say that when you're learning your multiplication as a memory skill, this might be something that comes in handy. So what we're going to do is we're going to quickly review 0 times tables, 1 times tables, 2 times tables, 3 times tables, and 5 times tables, and then 4 times tables. I'm going to let you take a look at it yourselves. I'm not going to go very far. So 0 times table is very interesting because anytime we go 0 times 1, 0 times 2, 0 times 3, 0 times 4, and we can go to 0 times 5, but I'm not going to, or I can say 1 times 0 because we can do the switcheroo on this, right? 2 times 0, 3 times 0, 4 times 0, anytime around. Anytime you have a multiplication problem with 0 in its problem here, I want you to pay attention to this. I am saying there are no groups of 1. I am saying there's one group of nothing. Remember 0 is that important number that I always tell you all the time? 0 is so great, I just love it so much. Don't forget about 0, it's really important. There are 0 groups of 2 or there are 2 groups of nothing. There are 0 groups of 3 or there's 3 groups of nothing. There are 0 groups of 4 or there are 4 groups of nothing. If I am going to draw 0 groups of 4, what is that going to look like? Well, it's going to be 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0. 0 4 times. What's the answer going to be? 0. If I'm going to draw 0 groups of 3, 0 plus 0 plus 0. 0 groups of 2, 0 plus 0, 0 groups of 1, 0 plus nothing, just 0. One group of 0 is going to be what? I'm going to have one group with nothing in it. 2 groups of 0. 2 groups with nothing in it. 3 groups of 0 with nothing in it. 4 groups of 0 with nothing in it. What is the answer on all of these? 0! All right. So I want you to remember, anytime you are doing a multiplication problem with 0, the answer will always be 0. All right. So that's a really good trick. Let's do the 1 times table really, really quick. 1 times table. 1 times 1. 1 times 2. 1 times 3. And I'm only going to go to there. And if I say 1 times 1, I can switcheroo it to 1 times 1. If I say 1 times 2, I can switcheroo it to 2 times 1. If I say 1 times 3, I switcheroo it to 3 times 1. And those are the same. Now, I'm going to ask you to find the pattern in here. So if I have one group of 1, I've got one group of 1, I've got one group of 1. That's what it looks like. The answer is going to be 1. I have 1 2 times, one group with 2 in it, or I have 2 groups with 1 in it. I have one group with 3 in it, or I have 3 groups with 1 in it. Either way I look at it, it's just a switcheroo. I can just draw the picture any which way. All right. Oh, you can't really see the drawing. Sorry, my picture's tiny. One group with 2 in it is going to give me how much? 2. That's right. 2 groups with 1 in each gives me 1, 2. One group with 3 in it is going to give me 3. Or 3 groups with 1 in it is going to give me 3. What do you see that is the same? Okay, anytime you are talking about a multiplication problem that has 1 in it, is going to give you it's one of the other. There's the trick. Do 1 times 10. 6. 1 times 5. Good. Okay, so when it comes to 3 times table, this is where you need to remember how to skip count by 3. 3, 6, 9, and so on and so on. I'm not going to do the switcheroos here because just for the sake of time, but I will start with 0 times 0, 3 times 3, 3 times 4, and 3 times 5. Okay, so 3 times 0 is a 0 times table. We know the answer is going to be 0. We've already talked about it. 3 times 1, we know the answer is going to be 3 because we've already talked about this. 3 times 2, what you're looking at is you're looking at 3 2 times. So you skip count by 3. So 3 times 0 is, well, nothing. 3 times 1, we start to skip count. 3. 3 times 2, 3 times 2. 3, 6. 6. 3 times 3. So I get out my 3 fingers and then I say 3, 6, 9. 3 times 4. 3, 6, 9. What's next? 12. That's right. 3 more. 3 times 5. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So every time we move up, we're adding 3 more. It also does the skip counting. If you're doing a 3 times table and it's 3 times 5, or let's expand our horizons. Let's say it's 3 times 7. This number is going to be great. We're going to just skip count. The problem here is 3 times 7. So I know I've got to do 3 7 times. If you see it as 7 times 3, you can say 7 plus 7 plus 7, or you can skip count by 3 if it's faster for you to skip count by 3. Because remember, we can always switcheroo these, right, all the time. These are those related facts that we talked about in the classroom. I'm going to pull up my 7 fingers and we're going to start to skip count. Here we go. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. And that is 3 times 7. Did you see what I did there? See how it was easy for me to do the first 5? I said 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and then I had to start to think. Oh, and so then I just touched my finger 3 times. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. And then that helped me with my problems. Okay, so I told you we were going to skip 4. That's one of the ones that you kind of have to practice. There are kind of tricks to them, but I would really like you to start to practice skip counting by 4 because we don't do it very often in the classroom. That's a really good strategy. Okay, 5 times 0, 5 times 1, 5 times 2, 5 times 3. Who's really good at skip counting by 5s? Put your hands up. Oh, all of you. Yes, you guys should be excellent at it. We've talked about skip counting a lot by 5s. You've done it in, probably some of you in kindergarten, in grade 1, in grade 2, in grade 3. You've done it with money. We've done it in the classroom. We did it a lot in term 1 in the fall. So this should be fairly easy for you. And if you have a hard time skip counting by 5, this is when you're out on your social distancing walks with your family, you can skip count. Skip count a lot. Skip count when you walk. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, blip, 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 all the way down the street. Then you come home, skip counting by 2, 2, 4, 6, 8. And if you need to practice skip counting by 3, like Miss Toth, when I had to get up my fingers, practice skip counting by 3s on your walk. And keep doing that because you will get better at skip counting and you'll get better at multiplication. Here we go. 5 times 0, what's the trick with 0? Anytime there's 0 in it, the answer is going to be 0. 5 times 1. Anytime there's a 1, it's going to be the other number. 5 times 2. This is where we start to skip count by 5s. How many times are we going to skip count by 5s? We're going to skip count by 5s 2 times. So you can draw your number line. You can start getting out your nickels to count. Or just pull out your fingers and that will help you too. So I have to skip count by 5 2 times. So I'm just going to go 5, 10. And I know that is 10. I'm going to do 5 times 3 now. 5 times 3. 5, 10, 15. And I've got it. 15. 5 times 4. 5, 10, 15, 20. Good job. Can you do 5 times 5? Good. Let me do it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And you did it. Okay, here's a challenge. See if you can do this one. 5 times 8. How many fingers are you going to pull up? That's right, 8. Now skip count. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for you. I'm waiting. Go ahead. Hurry up. Go ahead. Get out your 8 fingers. Skip count by 5. Go. I'm just waiting for one more. Yeah. No. I know you're done. Yeah, go. Skip count by 5. Go. Tell me the answer. Awesome. Okay, so you're right. The answer is 40. If you got that right, you're doing great. Pull out your 8 fingers. We're going to skip count by 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 40, and that's it. That's all you have to do. If you see the 5 times table is written a little bit different, I bet you can figure this one out too. If you see it like this, do you have to start with the 7? Or can you switcheroo it and start skip counting by 5s? Yes, start skip counting by 5s. So, do you know that answer? I'm going to wait for you. How many fingers are you going to pull up and skip count by 5? Go do it. I'm waiting for you. Let me know when you're done. I've heard. I know you're done. I know. I'm waiting for your friend over here. Just wait. Okay, good. We got it. Thank you. So here we go. 7. Just to review. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And 35 is what we write down. So that's all you need to do. How was that? Was that another great strategy? Just skip counting, looking for the patterns, looking for the growth. And when you look here, you can see this is exactly like when we look at the hundreds charts, right? 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. The pattern's there. Thanks. So you got lots of strategies to help you with multiplication. Thanks for listening.